Hi all, Hal here with more Empyrion, and we have had a bunch of stuff going on, so we'll bring you up to speed, let you know what's going on, but first we have to get started, so let's go. So happy Monday everybody. As you can probably tell, we've been running around trying to get some things taken care of. We've gotten all of our crops harvested. We've increased some of our spice production here, so we've actually doubled our spice plants. We have, I think that's about the most of the stuff going on inside the base right now. Let me show you what we've got going on the HV though, because we have made sure that we are now no longer on the experimental blade. I had to go through, do some file verifications, got everything working the way it's supposed to be working now. So I have gone ahead and re-uploaded a new version of the HV. It's now available on the workshop for those who have been asking. And I've made a few changes to it, just, you know, some structural stuff. We're going through, starting to play with the overall shape of the ship now. As you can see here, we've made a few modifications on this side. There's now a little bit more streamlining on it, and I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to take these panels out or not, and I think I am actually going to. So let's go ahead and make a couple of windows really quick. We'll take care of this all in one shot. Actually, I may have a couple. I do. Okay. Well, that makes it easy. And we are going to go ahead and have it make another 10, because we're going to, I don't know if we'll do it today or not, but we are going to, in the near future, start on the SV build, because we need to get the rest of the planet explored. So as you see here, since the last time, we've done a little bit more exploration. We have found a few more things, like we've got some more wreckage over here. We've got, well, that's the escape pod area. There's the landing pad, the drone base, and then some other things going on up in here. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is, I'm thinking we're going to get the HV upgraded today. One of the things that I want to be able to do is we've unlocked a bunch of tech. We are now level 16. I think we're coming up on levels. How close are we to levels? I should just do that. So we're about 41% through the level. At level 17 we'll be able to unlock a few more things, but for the HV we have unlocked a lot of stuff, including the drill turret. What this is going to require us to do though is we're going to have the alloy, and we're going to have power core, or power coil rather. Unfortunately, to make this we have to have the advanced constructor. Now, to make the advanced constructor is a pain in the butt. Because what we're going to need, actually, do we have, is it under tools? I don't remember where it's at now. It's in here somewhere. Alright. So, might be under the base. Yeah, advanced constructor. Okay, so this thing requires basically just a ridiculous amount of cobalt, because we need the energy matrix, which will require cobalt, the cobalt alloy, which obviously requires it, and the flux coil, which will require saphium, and I want to say zirconium, but I don't remember offhand. I just know we need a lot of material. So, since we lost the underwater ship that had basically everything that we needed to make this stuff, we're going to have to spend a little time doing some resource gathering in order to make the constructor and then to make the turret. But I want to get this thing upgraded. What we're going to do is we're going to have this thing lift up. We're going to build some outrigging pylons for it, pontoons, so that this thing will be sitting up about 4 to 5 blocks off the ground. That way that gives us enough room to put the turret, the drill turret, underneath of it. And what we'll be able to do in the future is basically just pilot over to some of the mining locations and use, you know, basically be able to mine without being outside of the ship. Keeps us nice and safe, and yeah, makes it very, very useful. So here's what we're gonna do here. Let's go ahead and go like that. Alright. And we're going to set up a little bit of a guide. Like I said, the turret is 3x3 with 2 blocks tall. So we're going to actually just do 1, 2. Okay. That's basically where we're going to be building this space into. Now, what I'm planning to do here is we're going to go... Let's go like so. And we are going to have you go something like that. I know I can turn on the symmetry plane, but it's okay. Alright, so we want you to be like that. All right, and I did that one. No, that's right. Okay. So we're gonna have this pick up these blocks now. Right, and then that gives us our spot for the turret to be placed, and then we have a little bit of clearance here for the turret barrel to have some room to expand out. All right. Now from this side, we are going to go... Oh, I think we're going to go from here. We're going to do that. And then we are going to go... Yeah, let's go from there. Now what this is doing is we're just setting up the area that we're going to build down from. So we want you to come out like so. And what I'm planning on doing from here is once we have this down a couple of blocks, I'm actually going to move the hover engines from up here to down here. That way we actually will have these be the new center of lift. So these are actually going to come back a little bit. We're going to have you go like so, I think. Now do I want to go one there? I might take this out another block. Let's see. If we do this instead, bring that block back for a second. So that gives us 1, 2. I don't know. That could work. There's 1, 2. I would really like to have this come down one more, though. I think. Gives us a little bit of a buffer under here. Let's see here. Let's see what we're talking about is doing something like that. And like, actually I kind of like the way that that worked out. So if we do that on this side, we end up with this, right? Yes, I think that's going to work nicely. All right, because then what we can do here is we say, like this, let's bring this beast out. We want you to go to there. You're in line with that area. Alright, and you will be in line with that. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Now, we are going to... Actually, I could... Yeah, what we're going to do... We just placed it. We're gonna remove it. Because what I'm thinking here is we can actually use these blocks instead. And then that gives us, you know, a little bit cleaner design, I think. And 2, 3, 4. We had 2. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get the rest of these in here. We went that. 3, 4. Okay, and we can go ahead and get rid of that for a second. What we're going to do here is we're going to grab the caps. We'll come back and we'll do the texture and everything on it later. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not really too concerned with having quite all of this necessarily be exactly what we're looking for right now, but this will at least get us started. And I do want those to be integrated here somehow. It'd be awesome if we could actually have those positioned where you could tip them sideways. That would be rather cool. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I don't think we can. We'll give it a try. I think they took that out. Yeah. So we'd only be able to do that. That. I was actually kind of worried that that was not going to work quite the way I thought it was. But glad to see I was wrong. Okay. All right. Now, one of the things to keep in mind that I might be able to do at some point, and I may actually do this, I may actually, there we go. There. I may actually put them back into the hull of the ship like this. And one block too many. Come here, you. But yeah, I may rebuild them into the hull of the ship if we can get it to work the way I'm wanting to. I'll probably play around with it a little bit off camera. But that gets us much closer to what it was we wanted out of the ship. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn that off. Now comes the fun part. We have to make a route for us to get into the ship. And I'm thinking I may move the walkway. This strut, I may move back one. I don't know. For now it works. But what we do need, let's go ahead and grab in here. I don't think I made any yet. Nope, I didn't queue them up yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a couple of the ramps made. No, are those under electronics? Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and make 2 of those. Once we have one of these in hand, we'll go out and we'll kick around with the design a little bit. Because we need this to set up a specific way, and I'm not sure we're going to get away with it. Alright, so we want this to be that one. So we want this 3x4x2. Come on. There you go. Yes, we wanted to do that. Actually, I'm thinking, now that I look at it, we want this to come out 1 block. Alright, so let's go ahead. We may as well go ahead and keep it consistent on the appearance then. We'll take that other block out of there. And what I will probably do, looking at this, is we'll do this instead. Because if we do this, we can actually make this whole thing a little chunkier as far as struts are concerned. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this. We'll leave the design as it is like this for now. Do you want me to take this particular row out to move the support strut back so that everything ends up centered? And we did that, right? Come on. Oh, come on. See if we can get this. Is that it? Yes, that works. Alright. Now, originally, I wanted to have this up here, but because of the way that we're doing this stuff, I need it to be something that I can just jump up normally and then walk in here. And I'm thinking we may actually take some of this out as well. Let's go ahead and close that up. Yeah, that works nicely. I mean, yeah, that works. Okay, so we have an idea. We have a design. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut, get some of this stuff sorted out, get the other side updated, and we will be right back. And we're back. So, yeah, made a bit of a change to the ship. Oh, let me get this one last block out of here. There we go. And I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably come back and change some of this around a little bit. But I kind of like the way that some of the lines on this came out. This whole thing makes it look a little chunkier. What we've done is we've gone ahead and replaced the 2x1 top ramp tops up here with the 45-degree angles. And then we used windows to fill in the slot here. Now I had thought about putting in the sloped ramps, the walkway ramps here, but I'm thinking I actually like the way that the windows cut down on the glare from the lights when they're running. Let me show you here. But it still allows it to have a light there. Now I may take that out and replace it. I haven't decided on it yet. But again, let me know what you think about it. If you want to keep, thought I heard something chunky over here. If you want to keep the thicker strut, because we could actually duplicate that back here as well. I'm thinking I like having the forward strut a little bit thicker because it does add a little bit of mass to the front of the ship. And what I'm hoping is that it will help auto balance the ship as far as the mass is concerned. Because we have been having a problem with it where it's been tipping back because of the weight. The way the mass is distributed on the ship is not necessarily the best, unfortunately. Right, so we do that. We now have the front of this thing looking a little bit more stylish. What I'll do is I will probably go ahead and, you know what, let's go ahead and do this on either side. Now I'm hoping, which I know I shouldn't, because we know somewhere it's going to break, right? But with any luck, this should hopefully work a little bit for us here. Now I might actually, you know what I'm thinking? I know I'm horrible about this whole placing and replacing things. If we do, let's go here, and we grab these instead. Oh, much more interesting to look at. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. Now, these things are thin enough that they really don't add any armor benefit to placing them. They really are just kind of a stylization thing. But it seems like it might work pretty well. Now, I would really love to have something like these on 45s. So, Elion, if you're listening, make these into a 45, please. Because I'd love to be able to have those applied to the face of the ship. I think that would be a very interesting thing to be for detail-wise. Alright, so I think that is about what we're going to get out of this as far as everything goes. And I'll probably set up a sensor or maybe even just a switch somewhere. That way we can have the whole thing. Yeah, see, it sits much more level now. Okay. I am liking that. Yes. Okay, let's see how she handles. And because the hover pads are now in those little landing gear looking things, our 3 meters of height is based off of that, not where they used to be. So we actually have a lot of ground clearance now. So when we put the turret in, we'll be able to get over our mining positions and basically just have some fun with it. And you are you're tipping, but just because of the terrain. Okay, that's fine. Alright. So we want to go ahead and back this thing up. And what I will probably do is we'll probably start looking at getting the thrusters on this thing upgraded. Because what we're going to do eventually... Let's see, make sure we are mostly squared up here. What we're eventually going to do is we're going to have our CV set up so that we'll have this thing have docking pads on the bottom of probably of the hover jets, of the hover engines. And then basically take this, get it into the CV, and because we'll have the drill on it, we'll be able to have this go to other planets with us via the CV, land, drop this thing off, and just have it run around and do all of the resource gathering for us. We'll also have an SV that will be able to scout the entire planet out quickly, and then basically set up our priorities on where we're going to go for doing things like the resource harvesting and such. Okay, so I think that takes care of this for today. Let me go ahead and get you out of there. We're gonna get you out of there. And what I'll do is I will, off camera, we'll tie all of this together. I'll probably work on getting some of this looped in at different angles and things just to give a little bit different texture in here. But we do have to keep in mind that we do need enough room for the turret to be mounted. Once we have all of that in, one of the other things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in a repair bay. Actually, I don't think I can make that without the advanced constructor. I have this really bad feeling. Oh, can we make repair bay? Nope, repair bay is not in the list of things that we can make. So we'll have to definitely get on the advanced constructor. That'll be our next priority. All right, so we have our goal for next time. We'll get everything set up. I will probably just go hit the irradiated zones, do all of my mining, get as much cobalt as we can, and probably start hitting some of the waypoints that we've uncovered, just to show you. So we'll basically go and hit some of these wreckage points and see if we can get everything out of there. Pull all the resources out, maybe see what we can salvage from some of this. I'll hit the 2 villages. There is the damaged alien tower that we'll go explore a little bit. But I think that's going to be it for this time. So I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit those like buttons. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to be kept up to date when the newest videos come out, because we all know how YouTube does not like to send out notices, make sure you hit that little bell icon, and that'll put you up on the priority notifications. So anytime we do an update, you should get a notice, but hey, you never know. It's YouTube. We'll chalk it up to that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific week. And we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, so much stuff left to get actually working here.